Hi y'all, welcome back to another video. My name is Jasmine Jasmine Hill, if you do not know, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Today I'm sitting here and I just wanted to talk to y'all about one major thing that I want to leave in 2021. So right now I'm just like putting on, it's gonna be very simple, nothing crazy, because I'm about to work out. This is called, well, I don't know what it's called, but this is super italic. If you're not familiar with that, that is habanero peppers, horseradish. Hold on, let me take a sip, because honey, that's why I got it here. Ooh. So yeah, but I drank that warm just to kind of like clear me out. Like my nose is bleeding, so I'm like, I gotta figure this out, because I had recorded a video. Y'all, it was just sniffles after sniffles after sniffles. I think the video was supposed to be like an hour. Y'all, I had to cut out maybe like 15 minutes of the whole video. So just because I was sniffling so much. I will just show you guys what I typically do as far as like makeup or skincare when I go to the gym. I always want to focus on hydration, even though I have combination skin. But for some reason it just helps everything lay together. Like, you know, when you work out and your face gets super hot and then it goes back, but then like all of a sudden you have like crusty stuff on your face, like it just look crazy. That's what I typically like to do. And of course I always like to start off with a clean face and brushed teeth. That's gonna be enunciation for me on 22. Hey, that's gonna be on point, you hear me? Like, who that girl? Who's she talking like that? It's me. I'm going in with Simple. This is Kindness Skin Protecting Light Moisturizer. It has an SPF of 15. And then this is the Hydrating Booster that I love, because sometimes I might have like a little bit of psoriasis situation going on, or like just, you know, dry skin. So it definitely keeps my combination skin in check. For this to be an SPF, hold on. Sorry, I felt the sleeves coming off. But it's really light. It's really moisturizing, and it doesn't leave that, I don't know, like that white cast. So I like to use this. They're both by Simple. This is also a really good just primer type of moment, because you can go out like this or else add some foundation on top. I would definitely have just a little color correct. On to what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I made a TikTok and basically saying that, you know what I want people to stop saying going into the new year? I want people to stop saying, oh, well, when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. How can I deviate from toxic self-love and find that balance of, okay, this is just a season for somebody? Because if you're noticing a pattern when you keep meeting people in this season, what does that say about you? If you're analyzing that everybody around you are liars, procrastinators, cheaters, all this negative stuff, what does that say about your personality, about your character, that you keep attracting these people in this season? Like, if you go on a self-healing journey, right, and you have these boundaries set up for yourself, because now when you heal more, you have a higher respect for yourself, in a sense, any avenue that may be, doesn't that already establish, okay, what lines people can and cannot cross? So sometimes it's not about when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. How about you show them who you are so they can believe you? And it don't have to be no first, second, fourth, fifth, or 12th time. Okay, so just focus on your own self, stay in your own lane. Why it is so important for you to heal through your own issues, through your own problems, instead of projecting them out on other people. That's the basis of what I think my TikTok is going to be about, especially all 2022. So that's just going to be the basis, because I feel like there's so much healing within me that I still need to do, and I have not really gotten to that level of really detecting my faults and seeing where they are coming from. When you come over to to that side, my side of TikTok. You know, when you just learn something. What I'm learning now too is that common sense is not so common for other people. So what's common sense for you? I know you thought that that was about to sound so messed up, but honestly, I mean, like, for some, yeah, that's what I mean. But for most of us, like, no. Common sense for you is not going to read the same as it's going to be for somebody else. With that being said, it's not harmful to communicate anymore. That shouldn't be read as harmful. And I think now we've gotten on this journey of toxic self-love, and we just can't, like, it's not easily read anymore because everybody's like, okay, you know what, if you don't act a certain way, or else if you can't be this in my life for me, then I'm out, I'm gone. And it's like, why you gotta do all that? And I'm saying that because I was the person that was doing stuff like that. Like, I would literally be like, well, you supposed to know how the way I feel, so I'm about to just go ahead and block you. You don't deserve me. Girl, if you don't get over yourself, if you don't do some mental clarity on the situation, if you don't simply just call and ask the person why I gotta be like this, because this is the way that I'm feeling, and I know you might be feeling some type of way because look how the way I'm acting, so I know you're not missing the way that I'm feeling. I know you're not missing, you know, the attitude. So the phrase that I want people, with that being said, I really want y'all to leave behind. Hold on. Because I'm going to go in to kind of blend this out a little bit better, my concealer and my color correct. I'm going to go in with some setting spray. But that's also going to make sure that it really adheres throughout my workout. I do not like this sprayer. When someone shows you who you are, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Now, although that might be true, and it was definitely strategy when Maya Angelou said it, somehow it's been processed to, I don't know, it's just not reading the same. The water's got a little bit of murky. It's just not reading the same. I'm sorry, y'all. People love to say that after after something that went down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be the friend that don't like the, you know, the new guy that's come along in your life, and she'll sit back and watch. You know, and not saying that she's doing it with malicious intent, or that she's doing it because she feel like it's just beneath her to talk about or something like that, or if she feel like this is another man that's in your life. It's because she doesn't want to cross a line with you. But when shit hit the fan, here she is talking about, when somebody show you who they are, believe them the first time. Shut the hell up. Because now we on the 5th, 12th, 17th time. Okay, I don't want to hear that. Okay, at this point now, this is the thing, right? So we're on the 12th time with the fourth man. Okay, the 7th man. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You'll start to see how if you give yourself time, it's easy to move from relationship to relationship and say, oh, well, all these men out here are dogs, or all they know how to do is lie and cheat. You just broke up with this guy, and then now here it is barely a month later and you already kicking it with this other guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you take some time off to really evaluate and see if his cheating was the problem because you knew the signs? We identify the signs after things go down, and then we say, well, that was a red flag, but I really didn't think much of it. But you identified that as a red flag while you was in it. You know what I'm saying? So just with that alone, you know, like, we have to take time and identify, okay, we got some issues going on. One person said, sorry, that's my friend Link. He is something else. You know what I want people to say. I kind of find it cringy sometimes to listen to my own voice. One person said, this is so true. I had to reevaluate myself to find out why I couldn't keep a friend. Glad I made the changes. That is so true. I went through this stage in my life where I was just like, FBs and I don't need them and I'm a one-woman show, just all of this negativity. Really, I didn't realize at that time that I was excluding myself from tapping into my divine femininity. I didn't allow for myself to be surrounded by other women and to really see what that looks like and how that translates in so many different levels and ways. The problem wasn't with the other females, the problem was with me and my attitude. Maybe that did bring forth some of the energy that was coming my way, because for some reason I would always attract these like alpha females or these women that I felt like was trying too hard to be that bitch. I'm like literally over here by myself. Maybe that read to the other person as she thinks she's better than us. She think that she's just an alpha female over there by herself. Like, no bitch, I'm the alpha female. And that's like what I was trying to do at all, but maybe it read like that. I won't say that's not what I was trying to do at all. I was trying to make a point be proven and say, hey, I don't need nobody, I don't need y'all. How does that translate to other people? For years I did that to myself. That really hindered me from getting these genuine relationships with other females. Okay, so another thing is, if I had any reason to believe that your actions was coming from a place of like negativity or like annoyance or anything like that with me, I would definitely be like, I'm over here. So with me always wanting to be alone and by myself was because actually it was due to childhood trauma. And that's a story for another day. That's what I was going through at that time. Like, look, you gonna need, look, when I heard my mama say, you gonna leave me before I leave you, I was like, amazing. What? It blew my mind. And I took that and I ran with it in the worst way, like in the worst way. That thought, it made a lot of my relationships just, I don't know, spiral. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contour, just a little bit. When I say a little bit, just a little bit. I like this because it's lightweight, but of course I'm gonna go back and set it with some powder bronzer. But I just wanted to get that little chisel in, just so, you know, when I'm at the gym working out, y'all can really see the work that I'm putting in, because my face is chiseled. Like, how could you not notice that? But yeah, so that could have been perceived as, oh, she thinks she better than us. She thinks she too good. She can't be over here with us. But actually, it was more of a, I'd rather just separate myself from the situation before I feel like I'm not being accepted, before I feel like like y'all gonna leave me. Like, y'all not, you know, y'all not gonna embrace me. So, nah, I just was like, I'm good. I'm about to be over here. It wasn't even that deep. It wasn't even that deep. And it's so crazy because I watched Daniel Tiger with my son, and just some of the stuff that they really point out, like for instance, it was an episode of Daniel Tiger where, look, guys, welcome to my book club. Okay, so it was an episode of Daniel Tiger where they show up with all the other kids too, just so the kids can get an understanding that it happens to everybody. I don't know their names for real. One kid didn't want to play with the other because he was busy reading his book. Another kid didn't want to play with the other because, you know, she was busy reading her book. And they really bring the kids through like the motions and stuff like that of, it's okay if a friend don't want to play with you, go find something else to do. It's not that serious. It don't mean that they don't like you. Y'all never gonna play again. It's just they're busy right now and they just want to enjoy other things. How the way I read that with my parents was that, okay, they're not here, they don't love me. So yeah, and that's the way that I perceived it in some of my relationships. Like, if you're not around me, then how could you love me? Like, you know, it was just, yeah. So that's that. I really want people to stop saying that, because boy, you see how I just took one thing and ran with it? We really do be taking stuff and like just going left. Another person said, it's not about who you attract, it's about who you keep around. If they take your love and loyalty for granted, leave. Don't do none else that kills. Okay, so what I'm taking from this is that, okay, he said it's not about who you attract, it's about who you keep around. If they take your love and loyalty for granted, leave. Don't do nothing else that kills. That's true. That is true. But so I'm gonna just use this as example, while I gather my thoughts, that kind of threw me off guard. This chocolate bronzer from Too Faced, it actually tastes like chocolate. What I'm getting from that is, some time ago, I had a friend that I met at work who was cool. But when I tell you, I didn't know like some of the stuff that she was going through, because honey, like it would be me, her group of friends, and I'm telling you, if this girl sees something on TV, she would bust out of tears. If her boyfriend called her, she would bust out of tears. If she got drunk or high, she would bust out in tears. And I'm like, dang, like she is always crying, bro. Like why is she doing all of this? And I didn't I didn't notice, but this is my perspective, right? At that time, I didn't notice that during that time, every single time, this one of her guy friends, her best friend, would just drop everything, and go running to her to really comfort her and console her. I didn't notice that at first, and then me and the friend like kind of got closer, and then I'm like, why you keep doing that? That's a little uncomfortable, you know, like that's I don't know, that's just strange. Like, are y'all in a relationship? Like, what is going on? So me just being from the outside, once again, I did not realize until I found out that this friend, the guy, had issues with his parents. So now me looking back on that and reading like exactly what was going on and what was happening, yes, I was wrong for questioning if maybe they had a relationship going on, because to an extent it was not my business, you know what I'm saying? But also I didn't understand or correlate that this guy has child abandonment issues, kind of like me. Like, I really, and if it did, the thought crossed my mind, it didn't stick. It didn't really stick like how the way it should have. So yeah, I read that as, you always going to go help her and she just cried for no reason. Like, I don't understand. Today was a good day. Like, literally agreeing with all the other friends that's like, man, she always be crying. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I wouldn't run my mouth so much, but I would just be like, I'm not disagreeing with them. Although I've never really gotten down to the root of her issues. Again, that's not my business, but just seeing the other friend that I got closer to because of her, it made me like, oh, okay, I need to look at this through a different lens, because they have been friends for years and they know how to read each other a lot better. Maybe he was able to make the determination to say, this is an episode of the past traumas. To go back to when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time, that right there alone is not for you to make the determination and say, you know what, I just need to cancel this person. Because that's what a lot of people is doing. A lot of people are canceling people. What do you mean when you say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time? Okay, and then what? Right? Especially my point was, especially when you have made this mistake several times with different people. So now it really does have to be a question of, what's going on with me? Okay, because I probably got some issues that I haven't even given myself grace or time enough to work through, because here I am trying to save and pick up the pieces of everybody else's life. So that's really all that I'm saying, honestly. I mean, don't hurt me. Okay, somebody show you, you know, a mistake that they have, but then again, like, it's who are you to judge? Either you gonna take that mistake, you're going to process that mistake as inflicting harm on you, right? Because that's what we do. And then you're going to take that and say, hey, well, you know, this person is cancer, or I'm never talking to this person again, or else I really want to help them. But we all have our reasonings for whatever reason. Also, in the TikTok, I had mentioned cause and effect. Cause and effect is going to be the main basis for each thing. Every single thing has a cause and effect. And that's like anything that people should really sleep on. To finish this off, right, I'm gonna do my brows. So like I told y'all before, I like to do my brows like directly face forward. Sorry. Directly face forward with my head slightly tilted down. because I really like to, this is just with my face structure. It's just something that, you know, you have to kind of work through. Just notice the shape of your face. I noticed that mine is a little long, you know, and then also we have this type of triangle-ness. I don't know, like it's almost like a rectangle but like a triangle, but then my chin is kind of smaller. It looked that way too, because, you know, you girl there. This is just what worked for my face. I'm gonna be quiet, maybe. Let me see. I really need to be quiet. Just little small hair-like strokes. We should end up with some decent looking eyebrows today, because I'm not rushing. Whenever I'm rushing, y'all, I make the remember when we used to do our eyebrows like this? But I make the worst mistakes with my eyebrows. Like, they be looking so crazy, y'all. They be looking so crazy. Oh, Lord. So I'm gonna turn you off and I'm gonna come back. Okay, so I'm back, and yeah, my eyebrows look pretty decent. I'm not gonna mess with them too much, because once again, I don't have to be super perfect. I'm going to the gym. I used the LA Colors pomade, and I think this is like maybe $5 or $6, and then I just used this Profusion eyebrow brush, and it has a spoolie on the end. But I take some of the setting mist as well, just to kind of have that lasting effect on my eyebrows too. So I like it. I like it. Basically, what I want to make a connection with, even if you have to pray and say, God, make things clear for me, because I don't know what is going on right now. I don't know why, like, these issues keep resurfacing. Why do these people keep coming back into my life? I just thought this look would look better with some earrings, but why does this keep resurfacing and coming back into my life? What is there something that I'm doing wrong? God, please make me a better communicator. God, please, you know, help me work through this childhood abandonment, these childhood traumas, these issues that I've been going through. God, just please. I would say 7 times out of 10, right? 7 times out of 10. If you go to somebody with an issue and you say, hey, I noticed that we haven't been communicating like this. We ain't been on the same page. Is there something wrong? Is there something that I could do? How could we come together on this? If you do that, I believe 7 times out of 10, people will really make a genuine and authentic effort to build a better relationship with you. Now, the other 3, and 90% of the time that it takes in healing, I think that people waste that 90%. They focus more on being mad. They focus more on vindication of whatever the issue may be. I just want you to and for myself, I want you to reshift your focus and say, hey, this other 3 is not even about me. It has nothing to do with me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my 7 and I'm gonna be over here with it, and I'm gonna just kind of pull back to the extent of, okay, here are my boundaries based off of what you've given me, and this is how I'm able to move forward with that. But I'm not accepting the same behavior from you, and that will leave it up to the other person to say, hey, you know what, if this is the 3rd person that said this to me, then I must really have an issue with this. In this area of my life, I must really have an issue. So you just take your 7 and you keep it moving. You don't be stressed out about the other 3. You got 7, okay? You got 7. And what I mean by you got 7 is that there's more people out here in the world that is willing to love you and accept you and care about you and all of that. Whatever that you're going through, there's more people out here in the world that's willing to work through it with you than the other 3 that won't. But don't cancel them and write them off, because it just might be a season of their life where they don't know how to communicate. Be that example. Be the light that you want to see. Stop trying to cancel people because you might have a difference in opinion, because you never know when the day is that you might wake up and you might notice that, damn, last year I didn't feel this way, but this year I do. Because something happened that you didn't properly allow yourself to heal through. And that's all that I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna put my mascara on just a little bit. No, not baby girl, just a little bit. But I'm gonna use my magnifying portion of my mirror. The movements, just real flirty. What's so crazy is because, okay, so I made the TikTok yesterday afternoon, right? So then my husband comes in. He's like, just in this whole 90s type of era of movies, he turns on Poetic Justice. So that's where I got that just flirty from. I love that movie though. But that's basically it. And for real, this is what I do on the daily. Like, I really don't be, it might be a little bit more mascara. But on the daily either, I don't really like do like bronzing and like trying to sculpt my face unless I'm going somewhere. Really on the daily, I don't do nothing. If I ain't going nowhere, I'm gonna smack a whole bunch of moisturizer, you know, get that water in, all that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the wait. I finally got a new computer. My last video that I made, I edited it so good and lost it. All right, y'all, have a good one. I love y'all. See y'all next video. Bye. Bye. That's not the one. Now, hold on now. I always miss that at the top. I do completely agree with that. That is very true. But imagine a friend that has a problematic life, or the friend that's like, oh, why me? What? That type of friend. So every time they call you, you feel yourself. You feel it mentally. You feel it physically. You're lowering your frequency to fit the tone of the conversation that you've had with this person many, many, many times. So this is a person that you are choosing to keep around. Now what I'm asking is for you to tap into, why am I allowing this person to keep coming into my life with this? Why am I allowing this to keep representing itself to me? That's an attraction. So really dig down deep and figure out what is it about me that I keep giving my love and my loyalty to this person, but there's no reciprocity. So consider it. And yes.